You've got a big project to work on. You sit down, open your laptop, ready to get into the zone. But then, your phone buzzes. You tell yourself, I'll just check it for a minute. Before you know it, an hour has vanished, swallowed by a black hole of endless scrolling, funny videos, and political arguments with complete strangers. We beat ourselves up over it, calling it a lack of discipline or a failure of willpower. But what if it's not entirely your fault? What if this pull toward distraction isn't a personal failing, but something that's been designed? This is the story of how our modern world is turning us into dopamine junkies, and why understanding this is the first step to taking back control. Section 1. The world engineered against you. Let's be honest, you probably don't have trouble finding the motivation to play video games for hours. But finishing that report for work, studying for that final exam, suddenly your motivation is nowhere to be found. This isn't an accident. We are living in an environment that has been carefully engineered to appeal to the most primal, pleasure-seeking part of our brain. Our brains evolved to prioritize quick wins because waiting could literally mean starving. Now, that ancient brain is living in a digital theme park. Unpredictable rewards. Social media platforms are the masters of this game. Each like, each comment, and each notification isn't just a digital blip. It's a tiny, unpredictable reward. It's like a slot machine in your pocket, and as psychologists will tell you, unpredictable rewards are the most addictive kind. You never know when the next win is coming, so you just keep pulling the lever, or in this case, refreshing the feed. Eliminating stopping points. Companies like Netflix and TikTok didn't invent autoplay and infinite scroll by accident. These features are designed to eliminate natural stopping points, those moments where you might pause and ask, should I really watch another episode? The result is a culture of instant gratification. This convenience comes with a staggering, hidden cost. It's weakening our ability to tolerate delays, to push through challenges, and to do the deep, focused work that any meaningful long-term achievement requires. Section 2. The science of dopamine, the motivation molecule. It's often called the pleasure molecule, but that's a myth. It's more accurate to call it the motivation molecule. It's the chemical that drives you to seek out rewards. Dr. Anna Lemke uses a brilliant analogy. Imagine the reward system in your brain as a seesaw. On one side, you have pleasure, and on the other, you have pain. 1. When you do something enjoyable like watching a funny video, your brain releases dopamine. This tips the seesaw down on the pleasure side. 2. But your brain is obsessed with balance, homeostasis. To bring that seesaw back to level, it doesn't just let the pleasure side float up. Instead, it adds weight to the pain side. 3. So after that initial high, you experience a subtle dip below your baseline level of happiness. The pleasure fades, and you're left feeling a little bit worse. So what does your brain tell you to do? Get another hit of dopamine. As this cycle repeats, your brain gets so used to this high stimulation that your baseline starts to drop. The seesaw is now permanently tilted toward the pain side. This is known as dopamine desensitization. Now, things that used to be enjoyable, like reading a book or going for a walk, barely move the needle. You need bigger and bigger hits just to feel normal. Section 3. The consequences of living in a dopamine deficit. Living with a dopamine system that's constantly being hijacked has profound consequences. Shattered focus. Our attention spans have been shattered. Our attention is like a camera lens that's been dropped one too many times. It can no longer hold focus. Plummeting motivation. When your dopamine baseline is low, your drive to tackle difficult things plummets. Procrastination isn't just laziness, it's an emotional regulation problem. Your emotional brain screams for an escape, and your phone provides that escape route. Mental health. The constant highs and lows can lead to emotional dysregulation, making you more irritable and anxious. Research consistently links heavy screen time to higher symptoms of depression and anxiety, eroding real-world connections. Impatience becomes our default setting. We become less tolerant of the nuances of real human interaction. This contributes to a profound sense of loneliness, even when we are more digitally connected than ever. Section 4. The antidote, the power of delayed gratification. There is an antidote, delayed gratification. This is the ability to resist the temptation of an immediate reward, to get a larger, more meaningful reward later on. One of the most famous psychology experiments is the Stanford Marshmallow Experiment. Researchers gave a child a marshmallow and a choice: eat this one now or wait 15 minutes and get a second one. Years later, researchers tracked down these children and found that the ones who were able to delay gratification had dramatically better life outcomes. They had higher test scores, were more successful in their careers, and even reported being happier. Why? Because delaying gratification isn't just about willpower. It's about activating the most evolved part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex. Think of it as your brain's CEO. When you choose to wait, you are strengthening this muscle. Section 5. 4 strategies to rewire your brain. You have to actively train your brain to embrace delayed gratification. Here are 4 practical strategies. 1. The dopamine detox. The goal is to intentionally take a break from high dopamine activities to let your brain's reward pathways reset. Pick a specific time, 1 hour before bed, or 1 afternoon a week where you completely unplug. The first few times you do this, it will feel intensely boring. That's withdrawal. If you push through, your dopamine receptors can resensitize. Simple things become enjoyable again. 2. Implement temptation bundling. This is a brilliant strategy for beating procrastination. The idea is simple. You bundle something you want to do with something you need to do. For example, you only get to listen to your favorite podcast while you're cleaning the house. You only get to watch that guilty pleasure reality show while you're on the treadmill. 3. The 10-minute rule. This is a powerful trick to break through the wall of procrastination. When you're dreading a task, just commit to working on it for 10 minutes. The hardest part of any task is just starting. More often than not, you'll find you've built enough momentum to just keep going. 4. Design your environment. Willpower is a finite resource. Don't rely on it. Instead, be the architect of your own environment. Make it easy to do the right thing and hard to do the wrong thing. Create roadblocks for your distractions. If your phone is your biggest distraction, put it in another room. If you want to exercise in the morning, lay out your workout clothes the night before. Conclusion. We are living at a moment where countless digital sirens are trying to lure our ship onto the rocks of distraction. They are winning by exploiting the very reward system that once helped us survive. This constant stimulation is rewiring our brains, leaving us more distracted, anxious, and unfulfilled. But you are not powerless. By understanding the science of dopamine and the power of delayed gratification, you can start to push back. You can reset your brain, use temptation bundling, beat procrastination with the 10-minute rule, and design your environment for success.